Using your mouth mirror and your probe, we are going to do a composite restoration on tooth number 24. So we have examined, we can see that the patient needs a restoration. So we will need to give local anesthesia using the syringe. We will need local anesthetic and we will need a short needle. You will not do this in front of the patient's face. I'm doing it here so that you can see. Steady hands. Okay, so we will give the injection there for the patient. And we will maybe give a little bit over there also. Okay. Next step, we're going to use the first handpiece. We are going to make a cavity preparation. We need a bed. Take your tweezer. And you will push your bed in. Good. So we're doing only one probe. Let's test. Do a cavity preparation, and then we will use our contra angle. Do you see the assistant suction position? We will use a slow handpiece to remove caries. First handpiece again to make sure our cavity prep is ready. Good. 3-in-1. Where is the shade guide? We will use our shade guide to select the shade. You will remove the operating light. So you're going to check against the patient's tooth which shade matches. So we get a good shade. That one is not a good match. That one almost looks like it. Try that one. When you get a match, then you note the shade name there, so you can select the correct shade for your composite. We will use our cotton rolls to place them buccally if the patient is going to cooperate. Not. Okay. So you will give your cotton rolls so we can place buccally. Sometimes you also need to place there so we are able to maintain moisture control. Then we will put our etching gel. There's the name. Please do not put your suction on the etchant already. We must give the etchant time to work. So we wait. When it's time, just like Capiana. Put your suction tip on the etchant. It's acid. We don't want the acid flying everywhere in the patient's mouth. So we rinse. Dry the tube. At this stage, we will also remove the cotton rolls that were there and place dry cotton rolls. So we make sure the tongue is not anywhere near where we are working if we are close to the tongue. Drop off our bonding agent. We will apply it in there. Already the assistant is going to fetch the curing light because that is the next step. So this is what we mean by anticipating the operator's move. Curing light. Don't forget your orange shield. So 10 seconds. Oh, on the chin. Okay, now we are going to place our composite. There's different ways that the composite comes in. You get this one that is packable in a syringe format. You can get in a composite gun. You can also get flowable composites. All right. Most important, on your chair, now you adjust to composite mode so that the composite doesn't set while you are working. If your chair doesn't have composite mode, you move the operating light away. You're gonna put a bit of this so you can see what it looks like. So I'll put a bit of that on the inside. I'll put a bit here also so you can see. So there's your composite. So we'll place a little bit in there. Curing light. Come on. Okay. Keep the curing light over there. Right. I was just adjusting the mode on the light. Good. So if we're going to use this one, I am going to need either a flat plastic or a plastic instrument. I will use both so you can see. So you will get some composite there. Okay. Place on the tube. You will need some bonding agent so the composite doesn't keep falling off, like how it's falling off now. Composite. If you are using the plastic instrument, it works much easier. You don't need any bonding agent. The instrument doesn't stick on your composite. Remember we spoke about this. finisher. Remove the excess. Curing light. Make sure the timer on the curing light is long enough. Need almost 60 seconds, 40 to 60 seconds to cure your composite. We'll do 40. And then we are going to use we're going to adjust the light back. We are done placing composite. So there's the composite in the cavity. Now we're going to bring our articulating paper on the articulating paper holder. We are going to put the articulating paper there, let the patient bite so we can see if there are any high spots. So I'm going to do it like this so I can demonstrate the high spots. So as you can see there on the composite, there's blue areas. Then we're going to have to take our first handpiece and drill away those blue areas. They are known as high spots. It's the areas where the patient bites on first before they bite tooth to tooth contact. So you keep removing until and testing with the articulating paper until you don't see any blue spots. Changing our burr again to a polishing one. So we are going to remove the high spots. There you go. With our burrs, if you see this red or you see the yellow there on the burr, it means that's a polishing burr. So at the end of the procedure, we want the polishing. So we either red, yellow, or white. If it's blue or green there, it's a cutting burr. Okay. So now we're going to polish our restoration. Okay. This is gonna work here. Going to use white stone to polish with a slow handpiece. Remember, you look at the back of the burr to know which handpiece it goes into. Good. So we go on the restoration. Okay. When we are done polishing, we can rinse the patient's mouth. And there is our composite restoration done. You can even apply bonding agent. You can apply one last layer of bonding agent onto the composite restoration when you are finished. So you can do one final layer so it's beautiful and glossy before dismissing the patient. There you go. There is your composite restoration completed. Thank you. Was that long? It's not